All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom, Lord will, this lesson is edifying. All right, and this lesson is going into, all right, the missiles, okay, these weapons of mass destruction, all right, okay, this lesson is going into what? That fiery destruction, okay. Now I want to start here in the book of 2 Peter chapter 3, okay, and it says, verse 6, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished, going into the time of Noah, you know, when the Lord flooded the earth, you know, that water, man, the Lord brought forth that great judgment. Now, when you keep on reading, it says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. You see, you know, when the Lord brought that first, you know, great judgment with water, but in these last days, it's going to be by fire, man. Okay, and that fire is going to come from what? From these weapons of mass destruction, from these missiles, man. Okay, now let me go to all right, so Khan, I want to start here in Isaiah chapter 13. Let's get Isaiah 13. I'm gonna have to change my clothes. The sun start going down. This Isaiah chapter 13, I'm gonna start at verse 1, you know, going into what this chapter is going into. Verse 1, it says, the burden of Babylon, which Isaiah, the son of Amos, did see. This chapter is going into Babylon, and it's speaking of America, man. America is Mystery Babylon the Great. America is the daughter of Babylon, the great city, the great whore, which is prophesied to be destroyed in these last days by the way of fire, by the way of what? These missiles, man. Okay? I want to drop down. Let's start at verse 4. It says, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people. A tumultuous noise of kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord, Yahweh Shema of hosts, mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, Yahweh Shema and the weapons of his indignation to what? To destroy the whole land, man. You see, and the weapons of his indignation are speaking of those missiles, okay, which is gonna bring forth that fiery what? Destruction, as the scriptures say, to destroy the whole land. In America, Babylon the Great will be completely destroyed, man. Okay. All right. This takes me to the book of Jeremiah chapter 50, okay, which we're gonna revisit this chapter. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 25. It says, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai had opened his armory and had brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. See, the Lord is going to destroy America, which is Babylon. All right. By what? By the weapons of his indignation, by those missiles. Okay. Now let's go back to the book of Isaiah 13. And we're going to come back to Jeremiah chapter 50 also. Okay. Now let's drop down to, all right, let's get straight to the point. Let's drop down to verse 17. Verse 17 says, behold, I will stir the Medes against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Now the Medes, who are the Medes? All right, in these end time prophecy, Russia, man. Okay, and Russia, okay, is the main, if not one of the main nations that will help take part in what? In the destruction of America, man. And you see Russia, all right, is in these news articles, man. All right, Russia, you know, is a very pivotal, you know, nation in end time prophecy concerning the destruction of Slovakia. Okay, but like I was saying, Russia is a very pivotal nation, you know, concerning the destruction of America, all right, in these last days, in biblical prophecy, man. Okay, in end time prophecy. And that's who the Medes represent. The Medes represent Russia. Okay. It says, their bows also shall dash young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity of the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And the bows, all right, going to what? all right, the bow and arrow. Okay, and why is it speaking about their bows? Because these nations, according to the scriptures, are likened unto archers, and archers handle the bow and arrow. All right, and these nations, their arrows are what? Their missiles. You see? And the Lord is going to have these nations, including the Medes, Russia, shoot their arrows. All right. The Lord is going to have them bend the bow. You see, shoot their arrows, which are their missiles, at where? At America, at Babylon the Great. You see, which we're gonna get into it. So let's read that verse again. It says, "Their bows also shall dash young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children." Now from here, let's head back to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50. Okay, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, and let's drop down to verse 29. All right, we're back in Jeremiah chapter 50. Verse 29, it says, "Call together the archers against Babylon." You see, what are the archers? The archers are these nations. Okay, and why are they likened unto archers? Archers handle the bow and arrow. These nations are going to bend the bow. These nations are going to shoot their arrows, which are their missiles, okay, at America, man. You see, you're not going to see the word missile in the Bible, all right? But the missiles are likened unto arrows in the scriptures, all right? Even I have, some photos on Google, okay? As you see, you have these missiles, flying, okay? And in the other tab, you have arrows, okay? Because these missiles are the arrows that the scriptures are speaking of, which I'm going to get into, all right, more, okay? So let's just continue, all right? Let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 50. Let's read verse 29 again. It says, "Call together the archers against Babylon," these nations, okay? Against who? America. It says, "And all ye that bend the bow." You see, going back to Isaiah chapter 13, all right, "Their bows shall dash young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children." Roughly paraphrasing, it says, "Camp against it round about, let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she had done, do unto her. For she had been proud against the Lord Yahweh Shemawashai, against the Holy One of Israel." You see? All right, now let's jump up to verse 9. All right, let's go up to verse 9. Verse 9 says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, against America, an assembly of great nations." All right, from the north country, that's those archers. We just read in verse 29, "Call together the archers against Babylon." You see, these nations are likened unto archers. It says, "And they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken their arrows." That's their missiles. You see, "Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain," man. And that's the point. You see, those arrows, those missiles are going to be shot. All right. And they're going to go from one end of the earth to another. They're going to go from one continent of the earth to another, man. All right. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 13. And it says, "For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss when they begin to be shot into what? Into the ends of the world," man. You see, and what arrows, can be shot to the ends of the world? That's because the arrows that it's speaking of are not literal. The arrows that it's speaking of are the missiles. See, these missiles are likened unto arrows, man. You see? And they look like arrows. Okay? All right? Okay? So, Khan. All right, let's get back to the scriptures. So let's head back to Jeremiah chapter 50. Okay. Head back to Jeremiah chapter 50. Let's drop down to verse 14. Verse 14 says, "Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow." You see, and going into the Medes, all right, what did the scripture say in Isaiah 13? It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them, which is Russia, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. You see? So, verse 14, it says, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her. Spare no arrows, for she has sinned against the Lord, Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, man. You see? So, America is going to get basically bodied by these nations. You know, the Lord is going to have all these nations, you know, shoot their arrows, their missiles at America, at Babylon the Great. And that's how that fiery destruction, okay, upon America is going to come forth, man. You know? All right? The weapons of his indignation, as the scriptures say. Salakia. Okay, but I'm back. All right? And like I was saying, okay, this is how, you know, the Lord is going to bring forth that fiery destruction to America, which is Babylon the Great, by way of these missiles, by way of these arrows. Okay? Now let's head back to actually, before we go back to Isaiah 13, let's get Jeremiah chapter 51. All right, and this is verse 11. It says, make bright the arrows. Once again, the arrows represents the missiles. Gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh by Shema Wishai raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. Once again, there go Russia. Okay? For his device is against Babylon, against America, to destroy it. And this is how America is going to be destroyed. By those arrows, the weapons of his indignation. Just like we read in Isaiah 13. You know, to destroy the whole land. All right? It says, for his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord Yahweh by Shema Wishai, the vengeance of his temple, man. Okay? Now we could go back to Isaiah 13 and close this out. All right? Let's start at verse 17 again. It says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. The Medes represent Russia, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. And Babylon, which is America, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when the Most High Yahweh by Shema Wishai overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. And how did the Lord overthrow Sodom and Gomorrah? By the way of fire and brimstone, man. See, and America is going to be destroyed in like fashion. America is going to be destroyed by fire, by the weapons of the Lord's indignation, by those arrows, by the missiles. You see? All right? And that's the point. Okay? So, Lord will, this lesson was edifying. All right? I'm going to close it out, give infinite praises, honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, time of this truth. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.